That intro's dope. I like it. Alright, here we go. Just me. Just me. Who sang that? Me, Myself, and I? Will Smith? No, G-Eazy. G-Eazy. Will Smith. Oh my god. Yikes. Here we go. Alright, to open this week, I guess this is the week, Welcome. Man to man this week, not cover 2. We're going to switch it up a little bit. Mason is gone. Mason is on his way driving right now, I guess, home from LA. He was at that Browns-Chargers game today. I cannot wait to talk to him about that. I'm going to let him drive. I'm not going to call him while he's on the road. I kind of just wrote out what I thought about today. Today confused the fuck out of me. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't know what to think about the league right now. You know, the first couple weeks, we're not supposed to overreact. Week 1 especially. Week 2 even more so. Week 3, you still don't really know. Week 4, you kind of want to know. Week 5, you would like to see your team start to look good. You would like to start to see some of the things that are developing into a team that is going to be rolling in November, going into December. And there were a few games today where I thought we were going to get some answers, and I think we just got more questions than answers. I'm just going to start with this Packers-Bengals game. One of the weirdest games ever? I mean, the game ended with, it started, Packers seemed to control it. Cincinnati couldn't really move the ball. They were a Jamar Chase heave. Jamar Chase is just catching these 50-yard touchdowns like every week. It's kind of insane. They got one right before the half, and we went into the half with it close. I think it was 16-14 or something like that. The third quarter, punt, not really anything coming. Then the Packers scored a touchdown. The game ends with a Bengals touchdown, a 2-point conversion that now ties the game at 22, and the Packers are coming down, and you're like, all right, here goes A-Rod. They missed a field goal. Cincinnati gets the ball back, goes down, misses a field goal of their own. So then the Packers have 30 seconds left. Of course, A-Rod gets them within range. Mason Crosby comes out to redeem himself. Okay. No, misses again. Let me just read to you the drive chart for the end of this game. Cincinnati touchdown, 2-point conversion. Missed field goal, interception, missed field goal, game over. And it was Mason Crosby who finally, after 3 straight misses, made a field goal. The Packers, I don't know. What am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to think about the Bengals? I don't know. The Packers are going to win that division because that division is horrible. But Jair banged up. The defense gets moved on easily. And the offense, while Aaron Jones, can we give Aaron Jones the ball? Why is A.J. Dillon getting the ball in all these big situations? And he seems to be the only one open on these screen passes. Devontae Adams went berserk today, but they hit these ruts where it just seems like a quarter and a half goes by. They're the same Packers of the last 3 years is what I'm getting from it. And that is they're going to be in it at the end of the year. They're going to win that division because it's bad. And that is what it is. The Bengals, it would have been so nice if they could have pulled that out. They would have been 4-1 and way ahead of schedule, but they didn't. Kind of a typical Bengals game. I think this is indicative of what they're going to be the rest of the year. Competitive, win some games. Win 6, 7, 8 games. Not a playoff team yet, though, but I like how they're going. I like the way they're playing. The Eagles-Panthers game. Not really a good game, of course. Again, I had money on it, and of course I lost. I'm really good. 5 straight punts, the Panthers, after taking a 10-3 lead. A 10-3 lead after a really bad Sam Darnold pick. This was a bad Sam Darnold game. He was 21 of 37 for 177 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 picks, and the one at the end was just atrocious. That was the Sam Darnold that people gave up on. And he's not going to look like that less often in this Matt Rule system. But you could see today was one of those games that was still there. The Panthers, this game, you didn't even really think about it after they took that 10-3 lead because they were moving the ball easily. But then second half was just punts and turnovers until a blocked punt by the Panthers ended up with an Eagles touchdown to give them the lead, and then Sam Darnold throws a pick at the end, a bad one, and the Eagles pull it off. The Eagles pull off a big win, and that's a tough loss for the Panthers. I still like the Panthers. I still think they're good, but man, what a disappointing loss at home. Coming off a game against the Cowboys that, you pulled away, but you looked good in the first half. I should have maybe opened with this game. Well, let's talk about this Bills-Chiefs game that we just came off of. I'm recording this at 9:46 p.m. because there was a basically an hour lightning delay. Shout out to Mike Tirico, Drew Brees, and Tony Dungy holding down the fort at halftime. I'm starting to learn how not easy that is to when you have to just on the spot do these segments with no commercials because they don't even have commercials lined up for this long of a halftime show. That was impressive. Shout out to them. The Chiefs Bills. If there's one thing to come out of today, I guess, is that the Chiefs, or the Bills, rather, are the team to beat in the AFC. I think that's pretty indisputable. Let's focus on the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I think we need to relax. I think we just have this. I think they have that fatigue where they're going to kind of skate through. I don't know. I'm rethinking this as I sit here. The Chiefs, man, are the Chargers going to win that division, dude? The Chiefs might be the scariest team in the playoffs because they're the Chiefs and there's this aura now over them with Mahomes and Reed. But I'll tell you what, man, they seem just beatable any given Sunday. And that seems like this year is going to compound. At least it seems to be that a good team has kind of figured out this way. Chris was talking about it tonight. You keep those two safeties back. You at least take away the big plays. And they don't want to just go do these 12, 13 play drives down the field. They want to hit you with the big plays. So then they get a little impatient. And if they just fix their turnover problem, this all gets solved because only teams like the Bills can just go point for point with them. But when they're turning the ball over like this, their defense isn't good enough for you to turn the ball over like they are. It's just not. So let's fix those problems. And they've had to play the Chargers, the Browns, the Ravens, and now the Bills in their first 5 games. So let's relax. They're going to get healthy and get together. Josh Gordon is going to help. They're going to be fine. But it's weird to see them on a week-to-week basis be kind of beatable with that defense just so susceptible to big plays and their offense just turning it over like this. It's kind of crazy. The game of the day, Browns-Chargers. Oh, baby. Mason. I was honestly worried that Mason was going to find a way to the roof and jump off the stadium when Vizcaino missed that point after on that last-minute touchdown. That was almost... Again, the Chargers are finding a way to win these games that are so fucking wild down the stretch where they normally in years past would kind of lose them. But I think that's the Herbert and Staley effect that it's just something with this team, man. They didn't against the Cowboys, but other than that, they're winning these close, gross games. 47-42, 1,024 total yards. Insane, dude. Insane. The 24th highest scored game in history. Cleveland ran for 230 yards as expected, but I was kind of wondering, since that's the only thing the Chargers do better and the only thing that the Browns do really well, are the Chargers going to really go all out and try to come up and stop that? And they couldn't. Cleveland did it, and they dominated time of possession, 36-24. They ran it whenever they wanted to. But the Chargers, these big plays, Herbert had a 72-yard touchdown to Mike Williams in the second quarter, another 42-yard touchdown in the fourth quarter, I believe. And Nick Chubb had a 52-yard touchdown, and Njoku had a 72-yard touchdown. There were 6 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. I don't know if I can ever remember seeing a game that had 6 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That missed point after, man. Oh, boy. I thought that was going to cost them, but they got a quick 3 and out and got the ball back and went right down the field, man, and pulled it out. What a game, dude. 47-42. Browns were impressive too, because I know their defense can play well, but for their offense against what I think is a good Chargers defense to be able to still run the ball like that, and Baker was throwing, it was a lot of blown coverages and a lot of kind of short throws that turned into long, yard after catch plays, but man, just impressive. Both teams impressive. I know defenses gave up a lot of points, but both teams, very, very impressive. I think in that same Chiefs, it kind of seems like Bills and then everybody else right now, but they're right in that next group. Both of those teams for sure. A game that was not nearly as exciting. 49ers Cardinals. Trey Lance made his first start. I thought he looked okay. He took some of the open stuff. It feels like he just got pulled out of the 8th inning of a baseball game, and that he doesn't really know how to completely, I don't know, his mechanics just, what the fuck do I know? I don't know, but He just seems long, man, and he doesn't seem to be throwing a lot of spirals. His reads are a little long too. He was a little late, but dude, 16 rushes. What he had? 16 rushes, 89 yards. He's fast, man, and he doesn't make a ton of mistakes. Now, I think that's good. He's 21. I think he said he was like the fourth or fifth youngest player to ever start a game. I thought he looked okay, and they hung in there, man. They're hung in there. The Cardinals. All right, here's another team. Dude, here's another team. I don't know. They're 5-0. 5-0 is 5-0. I mean, that's insane. The fact that they played bad today, at least not their best, and won, it's good and it's bad. It's good because you can play bad and still win games against still, even with Trey Lance, a good 49ers team. I think we just need to start looking closer. We see Kyler and we see Hopkins and we see Cliff Kingsbury is so good looking. It goes deeper, man. They're 6th in DVOA defense and DVOA offense. DVOA just trust me, it's what a lot of like smart people who study the league use to, it brings in just kind of everything together situationally as well, how you perform in certain situations, and ranks you above the average team a certain number. They're 6th in that category in defense and offense. You got JJ Watt, Chandler Jones, their front gets pressure, and then you got Byron Murphy, this rookie who's a baller. Budda Baker is balling. Isaiah Simmons in the middle. Who's the other one? Jordan Hicks. They're just fast, man. They're fast. Their defense is fast, and their offensive line is playing okay. Even James Conner looks a little rejuvenated. Again, it kind of seems like Bucks who beat up on a bad Dolphins team today. So I don't know what to think about that. The Bucks got blown out by the Rams. The Cowboys very easily could have beat them. The Falcons were contending with them. They played bad against New England, albeit in weird circumstances. I don't know what to take away from today, but it's still Tom Brady, and they're still the defending Super Bowl champions who brought back everybody. So again, them Bills, they're in a class of their own in the NFC, and then it's a group after. But at the top of that next group has to be the Cardinals, probably followed by yours truly, the Trayvon Diggses. It still concerned me though. Kyler was kind of feeling around his arm a little bit, and he still takes some bad sacks sometimes because he's trying to just do something a little too often. But again, you'll take it because he makes these just ridiculous plays. And then you got Hop there, dude. Hop is that. It's almost like teams handed off to the running back, the Derrick Henrys and Zeke Elliott's of the world to end the games physically. Hop, you just got to throw it up and let him in the game. Fuck. Yeah, Cowboys look good. They took care of business. God damn, dude. Everybody in that game was just getting hurt. I wanted Dak out of there. There was 364 days removed from Dak's injury last year against the Giants in the same stadium. So I was already going into the game freaking nervous. And then you see Saquon get that gross ankle injury. I hope he's back soon. I love him. And he's on a fantasy team. Daniel Jones started looking like freaking Keith Dog coming out of the beacon at 2:30 in the morning, just stumbling after initiating a helmet-to-helmet contact. Yeah. And then Zeke freaking fell on the pylon and broke a rib probably. And then Amari's limping because he's always hurt. God damn, dude. There's some really bad injuries around the league today. The Raiders did not look good. I just have that here because same Raiders team, everybody. Don't expect anything more. Don't expect anything less. When you're watching and you're expecting them to be bad, they're going to beat a good team because they have good players and can game plan sometimes. But then they'll play the Bears as a -240 favorite and lose in a game that I wanted to bet, which of course I didn't, which is why the Bears at +205 won. Yes, I'm really good at betting. I don't know why I do it. Last thing I have here is the Saints. Talk about a team that's annoying, is pardon my French, but fuck. The Saints are just going to be this frustrating team all year long, and I bet them 2 weeks in a row. Again, why am I even doing this, dude? Nobody should listen to me at all. Jameis today, right out of the gate, throws what I now coin we got to come up with a name for it, but we started calling ducks Peytons because that last year it was literally every ball was just... When a quarterback throws an interception to a guy who literally is me to the camera away and he's looking at him and you just can't understand how he could possibly have decided to move his arm in a way that would have the ball go just right there for an interception in a throw that you're just like, oh my God, is this Kozianzik playing quarterback? Um, we're gonna call those something related to Ben Roethlisberger. Because he's definitely over the last 3 or 4 years, and yes, he looked okay today. Again, Broncos are bad. Avery, I would like an apology text, but that's fine. I understand. Steelers win today was good. It was good to get a win. They're still a good team, still a good defense, still can win games. Their offensive line looked better today. Let's not freak out about it though. But back to Jameis. How did I get to, Jameis to Ben? Kind of a weird, similar version of each other. Jameis opens with just a horrible pick, and I'm like, why did I bet on the Saints at -2.5? They end up holding on because, of course, they do. 279 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay, but he only completed 50% of his passes, and every time the Saints come up on the red zone and it's Jameis dropping back, most of the time when red zone cuts to something, they're showing a big highlight. They're showing a big play, showing something that is exciting, good. When it shows up and Jameis is dropping back, I'm 50-50. Is this going to be really good or is this going to be really bad? And I'm really more so now. I'm leaning toward, oh no, this is going to be bad. And that's just not a good way to feel. My favorite thing with Bill Simmons is that he assesses other players based on how he feels when they're on the field or court when playing his team. And if you're nervous about a guy, that means that guy is good. And when Jameis is on the field, let's just say if I was on a team playing against him, I would feel pretty good because he just makes those plays. But the Saints, second in DVOA defense. And at times, their offense looks great. Alvin Kamara looks dominant. Sometimes Jameis has time and hits Marquez Callaway, 49 yards. Again, another touchdown, which contributed to them pulling out this weird win in Washington today. It was a fucking Hail Mary at the end of the first half that Callaway just came down with. 2 touchdowns. I played him today last minute. Good on me. I think I still lost. Sweet. The Saints are just going to be, again, maybe a playoff team, but they're for sure in tier 3. I think next week, Mason and I are going to kind of have our tiers of teams in each conference. Like I said, I think the biggest takeaway from today is that we don't really know where the fuck we're at, which is great, dude. It's great. And it's great, I think, for my boys because we're right in that mix. Shout out Trayvon Diggs, dude. What did I say? God, he's so good. But it's a lot of don't know. It's a lot of don't knows right now. All right, taking a look at next week's games. I'm just going to go through these real fast because I don't really have this to riff back and forth with Mason, and that's the most fun part of doing this. So, shout out Mason. So glad you could freaking see that game today, dude. One of the best games I've ever watched. I can't wait to see how his freaking heart is doing when he gets back. Okay, Bucks Eagles Thursday night, 6.5 Tampa Bay over Eagles. Let's just hit that real quick. Give me Tampa Bay 6.5. I think they win by more than a touchdown. Eagles just aren't good. Panthers played like shit today. Bucks look dominant. I think they're going to dominate these bad teams all year long. Thursday night, yeah, they're going to look good. Dolphins are 3-point favorites in Jacksonville. Don't bet it. Don't watch it. Horrible game. Moving on to an even more horrible or equally horrible game because at least Jacksonville is kind of fun to watch from an Urban Meyer's getting grinded on standpoint. Houston is in Indianapolis as a 10-point underdog. Holy cow, dude. That game's going to be good on red zone when they tune into it and it's like 23-20. Carson Wentz has thrown 3 picks but 2 touchdowns. I mean, who knows? Maybe they look good tomorrow night and I talk myself into Carson Wentz. Not gonna because Jesus, is he frustrating. But I don't think Colts should be 10-point favorites over anybody. Texans even played tough today. Give me the Texans plus 10. Packers -4.5 in Chicago. Give me the 4.5. I say that slowly because I start to worry about that. Those NFC North games are just gross. Again, the Vikings were, 10-point favorites over Detroit today, and that game was close. It was 19-17, so 4.5 is a gross number. I might stay away from this game, although I would like to think Green Bay would like to look a little more crisp after a sloppy game today. So, gun to my head, 4.5, sure. Vikings are 1.5-point underdogs in Carolina. I'm going to build a parlay while we're doing this. Vikings in Carolina, I am going to lean. After what I saw from Sam today, I'm sorry, but it's like he didn't cheat on me, but he was texting somebody and I saw his phone light up, and they haven't hung out yet, but I have questions and I'm not 100% on board. So I need him for a couple weeks to, delete her number, don't talk to her, and let me check your phone every night for 2 weeks, which I don't do. I'm not that crazy. I'm just making this up. But give me the Vikings plus money there in Carolina. Chargers are in Baltimore. This is a good slate next week, y'all. 3.5-point favorites. 3.5? Yep. Plus 144. We're throwing that in there. Give me the 3.5 and give me the money line, baby. Bengals. Okay, Ravens. Again, they're in that next tier. Week to week, who the hell knows? And then when we get into playoff time, I guess it goes kind of down because Lamar's game doesn't really translate to the playoffs the best, but who knows? Bengals are 3.5-point favorites in Detroit. 3.5, that half point. Stay away. Not gonna pick Lions plus 3.5. Shout out Papa. Rams are 10.5-point favorites in New York. It's gonna be the Mike Glennon-led New York Giants, because I promise you, Daniel Jones is not playing next week. 10.5. Sure, I'll say the Rams destroy him. Cardinals. Game of the week, Gold Wash. Cardinals plus 3 in Cleveland. I think the Cardinals are a good team, dude. Plus money, they are. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I'm going to take it, even though I think the Browns looked really good today. Looked really good. Holy cow. I can't believe I'm doing it. Raiders in Denver. Ugh. Don't watch this one. This is the bad 1 o'clock game that they put in with the rest of the 1 o'clock games that they don't care about because they want to drive the ratings to those other games. Shout out Denver. Raiders in Denver. Give me Denver. Yeah. Cowboys are in New England. I'm not going to pick this game for obvious reasons. How do I feel about this? Let me spend 10 minutes breaking down one game. Cowboys, Patriots. No. I think we're good, guys. Here's the deal. I have trust issues. I have issues for many reasons. One of them, man, dude, I wonder what my therapist would think if I tried to convince her that the majority of my problems stem from Cowboy games. And teams, dude, they just get my hopes up. I don't think you guys get it, man. I don't think you get it. The first game I ever remember watching was 2007 in the playoffs. They were 13-3. I don't remember the regular season, but I remember them coming into the playoffs and had the Giants at home, and they lose the divisional game they should win. Yep. E-doo-dah. Thank God I wasn't born 2 years earlier and saw the Romo fumbled snap. But that was almost like subliminally, like I was staged. Like, of course I'm going to end up one day like in the team where my favorite player of all time is going to be the guy who fumbled the snap. But let's just skip ahead a little bit. We lose to the Vikings in the divisional round in 2009. Okay. My fandom is okay. We made a divisional game. We're going places. Then we get Des Bryant. Okay, we got DeMarcus Ware. Let's go. We beat the Saints when I was like 9, when they were 13-0 on a Saturday night football game. Shout out Papa. And then come the 2010s, dude. The catch. I mean, we do not have to get into that again. But then 3 years in a row, it's week 17, win or go home. We lose to each different team every year with Romo, pulled hernia, Kyle Orton's the quarterback, John Kitna's, and then Kellen Moore. I don't even think Romo was the quarterback for one of those games. And then the Dak injury, the Romo injury, dude, oh man. It's just, I say all this because I'm about to get real excited. I'm about to really invest in this team and start to expect some big things. And I think we're a team that beats bad teams. The teams that are in it at the end of the year, every year, are the teams who don't fuck around in the regular season with these bad teams. And that's why I've been impressed, because we played the Eagles and Giants in our division. And even when we're quote unquote good some years, we come down to teams' levels and we Tried to do it for a minute with the Giants today, but the Giants and Eagles, for the most part, both games, we just dominated, man. And this is going to be another test because I don't think the Patriots are good. And I think this would normally be a game where even the Cowboys, who were good a couple years ago, went into New England and Bill just shut them down and we lost. And it was a classic. Like, I was expecting that. I expect them to go in and handle business. And I'm adding them to the parlay. Take them at 3.5. Thank you for letting me rant there. Hawks are in Pittsburgh Sunday night. Jesus. Okay, who's the better quarterback in this game? Seriously. Steeler fans, would you feel better with Geno Smith under center? I'm trying to think. He's more mobile. Might throw a better ball. It's interesting. 3.5 point favorites, the Steelers. I mean, goodness gracious. Is anyone going to really bet this game? I'll take the Steelers because yeah. Sunday night too. Heinz Field going to be bumping. Geno. Yikes, rough night. Okay, guys, here we go. Money line parlay. 7-leg parlay. Jacksonville Jaguars. Yep, getting their first win of the season against Miami. Book it. I'm telling you, they're going to win one of these games. Urban's going to have a reason to go dancing. I'm telling you. Vikings, underdogs in Carolina. Mark it down. I like it. Dalvin, I think, will be back. Don't know. Making it up right now, but let's say he's back. Plus 104. Chargers are plus 144. We're taking underdogs, guys. Underdogs through 5 weeks. They've won 60% of games. Unprecedented. Probably going to regress. I'm pretty sure it's actually supposed to, but let's ride it. I mean, what the fuck kind of world are we living in? We're locking down again, baby. Arizona is an underdog in Cleveland. Mark it down. Let's go. Denver Broncos. I've just talked shit on them for 3 weeks straight. Let's throw them in there at home against the Raiders. Cowboys, ya boys, in New England, minus 198. That ain't too bad for a bad team they're playing, the Patriots. And let's just cap it off. This is just a hypocritical parlay. I'm betting all the teams who I hate minus the Cowboys. The Steelers at home against the Seattle Genos. 7-leg parlay. $10 will win you 1,000. Okay, this is good. $1,003.33. That's 3 threes at the end, and that's my lucky number. I'm going to mark this one down, and we're going to come back to this next week because when I can't win $1,000 because I live in Idaho, thank you, Idaho, I'm going to be pissed, but I'm going to be hyped because I'm going to get this 7-leg parlay. And if I maybe know somebody who can maybe place a bet for me, I might hit him up. All right. That is it, y'all. I kind of want to do an open or something every week, but I guess maybe I'll just do kind of something like this too before I bring in Mason. I don't know how this is going to sound. I don't know how this is going to come across. I would like to think this was a little better than the first video I did. I hope so. But thanks for hanging with me. And hopefully I did my best Trayvon Diggs impersonation, baby. Defensive Player of the Year. Primetime 2.0, baby. We're winning the Super Bowl. Let's go. See y'all. Peace.